Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back, kind of. Welcome to this video. I think this is the second video that I have on this channel. We'll see. I don't know. But welcome back, or welcome. I want to start this series where I go into the dev forum and I just sort of like take a look at different posts. I want to look at specifically the code review section as well as the creations feedback section. Just to sort of like, I guess, spread the word or something. I just want to like review what's going on, you know what I mean, on the dev forum, because this is something that I haven't really seen people do. So I was like, I guess I should start, right? Because no one else is doing it. So yeah, this is the second time I had to record this video, because the first time I had some weird option on my OBS and like all like the screen was just Lil Nas X and it was nothing else. And I was like, I can't upload this because it's just a photo of Lil Nas X for the whole video. Anyways, let's take a look at these code reviews. Let's just get right into it. Let's take a look at this. So server-side movement. Oh, I don't know why we're all the way down here. Oh, I think I looked at this before. But server-side movement is a viable anti-cheat option. So I just made a server-side movement system which hypothetically would prevent all types of movement hacking. It works by creating a new character by cloning a rig in the server storage, sets the camera subject to the rig, collects user input, sends it to the server. Server moves the character around instead of the client, making all fly hack scripts. Okay, so the issue with this is that there will be input lag. In Roblox Studio, I'm pretty sure by default you have 0 lag between the client and the server when you playtest. So when you hit that playtest button, I'm pretty sure there's 0 lag between them, if I'm not mistaken. By default, you can change that in the settings, in the network settings, I'm pretty sure, but by default 0, which means that I'm pretty sure that when he tested this there was no lag. But when you go into the game, into the actual game, there definitely will be input lag. Because when you send a message, like when you send your key taps to the server, like what he's doing here, collects user input and sends it to the server, right? So if you press W, then it tells the server that you press W. The server then has to move your character and then send that information back that you have moved, right? Which might take, like 0.1 seconds or 0.2 seconds, which doesn't sound like it's a lot, right? But when you're trying to get out of the way of like a moving bullet or something, and you press the W button and it takes, a quarter of a second to move you, you're getting hit by the bullet, right? And that's going to cause a bad gameplay experience. So let's take a look at what people are saying. Using a server-side system for client actions is a terrible idea. Okay, it can result in lag. There's possibly unnecessary network traffic. This is very true. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? Okay. It can become more complicated to add new features. That's true. It doesn't effectively address exploiting. This is also very true. They can just lie and say that they're, holding down W forever, right? If they have a hacked client, they can send some fake information to the server that's telling them, oh, I jumped and I jumped again, and then now suddenly they're 700 feet in the air. I want to look at this right here. It is a viable option because this is the one that the dude who wrote the post accepted. So it is a viable option, but not in the manner in which you have implemented, since it doesn't make mask input delay. Yeah. So much for complete project is Chickenoid. Roblox is also developing their own in-house server authoritative movement system. Okay, that's interesting. So there's a bit of a conversation going on. If you want to join the conversation, go visit the dev forum. It's called server-side movement. Is the viable anti-cheat option? Leave your opinion. I'll leave a like on this, support creators and stuff. Okay. Wait for a child or find first child. I did look at this the first time that I tried recording this video, so I'm already familiar with it, but I'll just read a little bit of it. So, hey, so I've been wondering about what is most appropriate to use both wait for child and find first child, and when it is most appropriate to use both wait for child and find first child, and I haven't found a clear answer. I've looked at some dev forum posts and I saw in the replies several people were claiming the post to be inaccurate. People said to only use wait for child if you know the object isn't yet in the game but is going to eventually be. I found this interesting because in my game I have a local script which refers to a model in the workspace. This model and its descendants exist from the very start of the game, yet if I include wait for child, the code errors. So I think what he means is if I don't include wait for child. But basically, this is a good question. So the difference between these is that when you put wait for a child, the script will pause until it can find the object that you're looking for, right? So if you have like a part in the workspace and you say wait for child workspace dot part, then the game's gonna wait until that part exists. The thing is, a lot of the times the part already does exist, right? So if you have the part in the workspace, then obviously it already exists, right? Because it's there, you can see it. But the thing is that sometimes the game takes a while to load. So putting this wait for child in there, just make sure that the part is loaded in before you try and access it, before you try and do anything with it. Because if you don't, if it's not loaded in and you try and like change its color or something, then the game's gonna be, your script's gonna be like, there's no part here, it's not loaded in, there's no part. So it's gonna error out. So the thing is, if you have an error if you have an error where you're trying to access a part or an object, and it's saying that it doesn't exist, even though you clearly know that it exists, try and use wait for child and see if that fixes your problem. So like where he's doing it right here, game.workspace wait for child, and then the name of his object. So I'm pretty sure he's got a solution down here. Yeah, he does. We have to find first child. If you look at, okay, so let's take a look at the solution. Logically, you will use wait for child when you know that the element must exist, and find first child when you're not sure the element in question exists. So yeah, pretty much this. When you know that the element must exist, and find first child when you're not sure that the element in question exists. So that's a good point, actually. So like, let's say if I have a character, and some of my characters have wands, for example. If I go character find first child wand, then if one character has the wand, it's gonna send you back a reference to the wand, right? So if I say wand equals find first child wand, then the wand will exist. But if the character doesn't have the wand and I say wand equals find first child wand, then it's gonna give you a null value or a nil value, which is pretty much, it's telling you that nothing exists, but it's not giving you an error. Instead, it just says we didn't find anything. So, for example, if you're trying to see if like your character is wearing a hat, you can go if character find first child hat, and then if there is a hat, then it'll give you a reference to the hat, and if there isn't a hat, then it's going to respond with null, and that's how you know that there isn't a hat. It's a little weird, but yeah, that's that. So yeah, so let's take a look at something else. Okay, I also looked at this one when I first tried to record this. So for this, I want to have a custom, so this is called need help optimizing the starter character, and what he's basically saying is that he wants to have a custom character, but he wants this custom character to keep the hats that the player has on their Roblox character on the site itself. So what he's doing here is kind of complicated, he says, where he creates a folder of things, and he gets the character somewhere here. He puts all the accessories into this folder, and then he makes this clone character. So it's very complicated, right? But right here, this guy has pretty much the perfect answer. Player appearance equals game.players get character appearance async. There's another way that you can do this here. Let me just show you real quick. There's another way that you can do this, and I found this post where it's how do I load the local player's appearance on an NPC, right? Because I remember I had to do this before because I was hired to do a game. What was it? It was like a simulator game, and then the owner was like, let's put our characters at like the scoreboard so that it's got like the owner's name and then like the scripter's name, and it's got these two guys that are me and him like waving whatever. But basically what I had to do is I had to load our characters from the website. And so the way that you do that is simply you go game.players, get character appearance. Oh, where is it? Right here. You go players, get humanoid description from user ID, and then you put in the user ID. And then you use humanoid apply description. So let me just pull this up real quick. So what you would want to do is you'd want to get the insert service, and you'd want to use this load asset function that we have here. So you'd go through the humanoid description, because the humanoid description, if you use players :get humanoid description from user ID, I'm pretty sure something like that, it'll give you the a humanoid description object. And basically what that has is it has a list of all of your body colors. It has a list of all of your accessories that you have. It has a list of your face. It has a list of your shirts, your t-shirt, your pants if you're wearing them in the game, and it has those all set as IDs in the actual object itself. So you can go through and you can get the hat, you can get the hair, the shoulder, pets, whatever you want, and then you can use at the add accessory method to apply those accessories, those specific accessories that you want, onto the character. So another tip that I would like to share is to use the wiki for everything, because this place has everything that you could ever need, right? If there's a function that you're curious about, or if you're not sure how to do a specific thing, the wiki has so much. I don't even know what this assistant is, but like maybe ask a question. How do I make a character wear a different hat? Let's see. Is it gonna tell me? You can use the Roblox API to change the character's appearance. Oh, look at this. Okay, so it's a little they do a little weirdly. So like I would say wear different hat using humanoid add accessory. Oh, I know they are doing that. So character humanoid add accessory. I would say using insert service. Let's see if the AI. So this is the Roblox AI assistant that I have on the on the creator hub, which is like the wiki. And it actually does work, and it does give you back. So this would be a script to insert a hat and then give it to the player, and this actually works perfectly. Character.human add accessory hat. We load the hat. Warn, failed to load hat. We have warnings. Okay, so listen, if you ever need help with Roblox scripting, use this assistant up here. Or I would say where am I? Whatever. Or I would say go to the Devforum right here, and then make a post, and then just talk about what your issue is or what you're trying to do, and then people will help you, right? As you can see, there's so many different people looking for help here. And then I guess there's not really, listen, a lot of the times people will help. Okay, like look at this, 10 replies, people reply, people trying to help. So don't feel afraid, right? But right now I want to look at the creations feedback, because this is what I'm really excited. So let's take a look at this 3D models low poly. So this is by Kelko, the builder. He says he's seeking constructive criticism on his 3D models. So these look really nice. These are very nice low poly models, I would say. Look at this tree. It's very bendy. I don't know if that's on purpose. Got a nice plant, log. These are like final examples. Everything looks cool, right? So this is just something that you can do in Blender, right? And then get it done, put it into your game. Oh, sorry. You get it done, put it into your game, Or come on the dev forum, right, and find people like this who are making these cool things, and you can ask to use them. You can buy them from these people. But this is really cool, right? So like this person, I mean, like, just as some inspiration, this person had to start somewhere, right? And then eventually, after, you know, months or years or however long of working and like learning to model, they can create something cool like this, right? So if you're looking to start something like this, there's no better time to start than right now, right? Because eventually you'll be able to make something like this, and eventually you'll be able to make something even cooler, right? Reactor core game. Okay. I did look at this. I need to show you how cool this is. Look at how amazing this is. This reminds me of, like, if you've ever played, I think it's called Pinewood Reactor Core or something like this. That's what reminds me, something like that. This is what that reminds me of. This is so cool. I think this is the Akira elevator. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this looks very SCP. This looks so cool. I've already voted on this. Do you think this would become a good game? Yes. I've already left a like on this too. This looks so cool, right? I don't know how long this person's been modeling for, building, but like, props. This is Cheese at Cheesy Roblox 190 builder. Hey there, great attempt going so far. I think it's more than an attempt. This is really cool. But I really love to stand and look at this game. Quite surprised with the uprise of core games. This increase in detail and skillfulness keeps impressing me. What's your gameplay prospects? This is a good question. What's your gameplay prospects? Since it's a core game, what failure scenarios do we have within Reactor Meltdown? What's the game loop? So what he's asking is, like, what gameplay mechanics are actually in the game, because even a simple game like you know, not a simple game, but even a game that's not too focused on gameplay has to have a little gameplay, right? So I'm assuming that they might include, you know, obviously a reactor meltdown, because that's what happens in core games. They might include, like, maybe like nuclear shelters that you can enter, emergency bunker, obviously. You might have to sneak your way into the vent system, it looks like, or maybe get security cards and like upgrade them or find better ones until you can, you know, make your way into, like, deeper into the reactor core. Whatever it is, you know, like, this building is already great. But it's pretty easy to come up with cool ideas for these types of games. It's like a roleplay game, I'm assuming, because going off this username right here, Nacer RPG's core game, it's inspired by. So, you know, good work. You know, I mean, I'd say I've already left a like on this to support smaller creators. I mean, not smaller, like smaller than me. What? No. I've already left a like on this to support creators, support other creators. So it's really cool. Cheesy Roblox 190. This looks really cool. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it because my voice is getting really tired. But yeah, so I think this is the second video on this channel, I think, but I want to make this like a series where I can just, like, come onto the dev forum, talk about some cool stuff that's going on, and, you know, spread the word about some of these cool things that people are working on this platform, right? Because I don't think anyone else is doing that, so I was like, you know, I might as well, you know, take a look at it. Maybe, you know, if you guys need some help with what you're working on, it might encourage you to post on the dev forum and look for some help there, right? Because I think everyone deserves to have the things that they want to work on. I think everyone deserves for it to be made, right? To be able to make that, right? And I think posting on the dev forum is a really good step in the right direction. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, you know, subscribe if you want to see more of these, because I want to make this into a series. So leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think. You know, is this a good idea for your series? If you saw anything cool that you want me to look at, I might look at it. If you send it to me down below in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and the grind never stops.